So here we are at the beginning of 2024, and what a year 2023 was, but I'm really excited about what we're going to be doing in 2024. And I just wanted to make a quick update video to kind of give you a sense of like what's been going on, what's happened, over the course of the past year for us and where are we going in 2024 and what that means for you and for this channel and for the community and everything else. So if you don't know me, my name is Tom. I'm the founder of Vertical Motion, where we help mid-career professionals become executives. If that's interesting to you, you can learn more by watching a video on my channel. It's the main video that explains the Executive Career Accelerator program that we run here at Vertical Motion. We have 37 people in the program right now. 8 people have successfully transitioned from mid-career professional to executive, and I'm very excited for them. And then we have another 10 that are in interviewing processes right now, and everyone else is a little bit further behind, but they're on their way. They're moving forward. So real exciting program. It's a fantastic way to learn everything you need in order to actually take that next step in your career from like manager level, senior manager, up to director, vice president, C-suite, and above. Because the truth is, and as you'll learn if you watch a lot of content on this channel, is that being an executive is very different than being a manager. Just like being a manager is very different than being an individual contributor. There's this gap, this change in what's important and mindset shifts and all of these things that you need to do, that you need to understand in order to take that next step. And we teach that in the Executive Career Accelerator. So anyway, if that's interesting to you, do check that out. But what I want to talk about today is just kind of a recap of 2023 for Vertical Motion, our company, and talk about where we're going in 2024. And it's kind of crazy what a year it's been. 2023, I started the year in chemotherapy for leukemia. I was diagnosed with leukemia in August of 2022, and they told me that I had weeks left to live. And it was a really scary time for me, my wife, our kids. It was pretty scary. At the time, I was a full-time employee as an executive for a publicly traded organization and kind of enjoyed my job. I had a great job. I didn't, hate my job or anything like that. I loved the people I worked with for sure. Loved my customers and my coworkers and all of that. But as I went through cancer treatment, I had a realization that I should be doing more in the areas that are important to me. And I went through an exercise called Ikigai. And Ikigai is basically, it's a Japanese mindset of like doing something that is your life purpose. It's the best translation for this. And what I found as my life purpose was to teach leadership. And I got really excited about the idea of teaching leadership. At first, when I was, in my job, teaching people that work for me and with me and around me how to be better leaders. And that's really how I thought this would go. I started coaching some friends of mine that I knew who were having difficulty getting to the executive level, and I helped them make that transition. I helped a friend of mine, Mike, actually take the leap to vice president and got himself a, multi-six-figure salary from that. And now he's on top of the world, traveling the world, literally. Then I worked with Julia and Jennifer, who I've mentioned on this channel in the past, and helped both of them take that step from director to, in one case, senior director, in the other case, vice president, and help them transition through that. So I did that in January of 2023. So I started coaching while I was still hooked up to a chemo pump in January 2023. And it was just a part-time thing. It was just something to like keep my mind occupied because I didn't have enough mental clarity to actually do my full-time job. Chemo brain is a very big thing. I was just too foggy. Like I couldn't work for more than like an hour or two. So because I was on disability, I couldn't touch my work, and it left me kind of like, what should I do? And coaching seemed like something that I could handle because I would work with my clients 1 hour at a time and then take a 2-hour nap and then make some content and work with a client and take a nap. And there was a lot of naps during chemo, that's for sure. But ultimately, this was a really great experience for me and my clients. So in January, that was also the last month that I had chemo. I finally rang the bell in late January and was super excited to be past the chemo treatment. And then in mid-February, I was given a clean bill of health. They said that I was in complete remission from leukemia and, with any luck, it wouldn't come back. And so I actually got a second chance at life and I am not about to waste it. So that was big moments for me. I was still bald and still very much out of shape and still very much unable to stay awake for more than a couple hours at a time. So we got through that time with the help of my wife and my kids, and really grateful for all of the support, of my family and my caregivers at Emory University Hospital, who really took an amazing care of me. So now fast forward to April, and I decided that I would start putting some content out on social media about leadership. And I literally didn't know what I was doing. I had never done anything like this. I had always used social media to post pictures of, our family and things that we did, but I never really actually thought to use social media for business purposes or anything like that, except maybe LinkedIn. But I decided to post reels on Instagram. These are 1-minute videos on Instagram that basically talk about various leadership topics. And I mean, you can go on my Instagram channel and you can see these first reels. They're really bad, but a couple of them caught a little bit of lift, and I posted on my personal Instagram. So and it's still my personal Instagram. We have people in the program who are part of my team that are actually in the DMs talking with clients on my behalf, because I can't handle 150 conversations a day anymore. But it's still my personal Instagram, and you can see my personal pictures going back to 2012 on there. Anyway, those reels that I first posted in April were the beginning of what has now turned into something much larger. So I went from having 300 friends on LinkedIn to having nearly 50,000 followers. It'll be 50,000 followers by the time this video is released on Instagram, which is just amazing to me. And they've all come to our channel to learn more about leadership and executive skills and all of that. And I love putting this educational content out on Instagram. I think Instagram is one of many channels. It does lots of things. There's a lot of entertainment, but I find just putting something educational out there makes me feel good, makes me feel like I'm helping the world in some way. And then by June, it was clear to my wife and me that this was actually going to be a thing. And so we decided in June for me to resign from my full-time job and focus solely on executive career coaching. And so I did that in June of 2023. I resigned from my full-time executive career and decided to help other people begin their executive careers. And we haven't looked back since then. It's just been an amazing ride. We've now brought in 37 people into the Executive Career Accelerator program, and we work with those clients day by day. It's not just me now. Now there's 4 other people in the program helping our clients be successful. I'm making a lot of content internally for that program, but I have 2 executive recruiters who work with the clients directly. We have support staff that's helping making sure everybody has what they need and everything is working smoothly. So it's a really great program, and it's an amazing community too. I need to figure out how to do a better job of showing you on YouTube what it looks like inside of our community, because obviously there's a lot of privacy concerns, but generally speaking, an amazing cohort of people who are very intelligent and aspirational. And, I bias for people who are authentic, empathetic, and audacious and coachable. And so imagine a community of 37 like-minded people in the same place in their career, all getting together on a regular basis, talking in Slack and during group calls and in chats and DMs and other ways of communicating, that we're all just kind of coming together and working on becoming better executives. All of us, me included. It's a phenomenal experience. I couldn't have hoped for a community like this when we started, and it's just been amazing watching it grow. And so by the end of 2023, we've now helped 8 clients land executive roles. We've had one client land a role with a signing bonus of over $100,000. We've had other clients land roles with very high salaries, start in the 4, 5, 6 range. And we've helped other people make that transition from director to vice president, or from director level in a small company to a global director in a Fortune 100 company, as an example. And we helped one person actually become CEO. So we had one client who was working with us. He was working in one of the major professional sports leagues and wanted to move up inside of, that league. As we were working together, he decided, I actually want to start this other thing. So he actually started a business, and now he's the CEO of this company. And so we help him now think and act like a CEO for his organization. And, so becoming a leader can look a lot of different ways, and we're helping a lot of different people get through that. And right now, I think I'm working with at least 10 people who are going through an interview process. We have one person interviewing for a package worth over $1 million. We have 2 other people interviewing for packages worth north of $500,000. And then we have several others in different ranges of salaries, but everyone is looking at VP level roles or senior director level roles that require executive skills. And it's just really exciting to be helping them through that process. I'm sure by the end of Q1, as we go into the biggest hiring season of the year for executives, by the end of Q1, we'll have a whole lot more people. And so I'm trying to get better at creating testimonials and sharing them on this channel. So be looking for that. There is already a couple testimonials, most recently Lewis, who joined a space startup as a vice president and has a fast track to senior vice president, actually. His testimonial or his conversation about his experience in the program is on this channel as well. So you can find that on the channel. So we start 2024 very differently than how we started 2023. Started the year in 2023, I was bald, hooked up to a chemo pump, and on short-term disability, so I couldn't even work in my full-time job. I started coaching some folks in January, turned it into a real business in June, and by the end of 2024, we have a full-time business with 37 clients, 8 people on staff, and my wife and I are running this business. I'm fully healthy. My hair has come all the way back, and it's just been an amazing 2023. So that's a quick recap of 2023 for me and my family, but I'm really excited to share with you what I want to do in 2024 for this community, for this channel, and for Vertical Motion and everyone who is an aspiring executive. So for 2024, we've set some really aspirational goals for the company, for our family, for ourselves, for myself as well. And I've kind of come up with these goals after going through a period of reflection and strategic planning for our company, but also for ourselves personally. And the first goal that I have in mind for 2024 for Vertical Motion is to help 100 mid-career professionals become executives in 2024. We helped 8 people in 2023. We really got going somewhere in July timeframe. So I'm expecting to have more people join the program, but also more people come through the program more quickly as we get better at helping people along. And so this audacious goal that I've set for our company is to help 100 clients become executives in 2024. Imagine that. Imagine having 100 people come through the program and successfully transition from manager or individual contributor up to the executive level. That is our audacious goal for the business for 2024. And I'm excited to dive into helping my clients accomplish that with the team that we've built, with the course, the content, and all of the support that we've put together. I feel like that's a doable do. My second goal for 2024 is to publish a book. And the book will basically be an explanation of the process that we use here at Vertical Motion to help our Executive Career Accelerator clients through the program. It explains the what to do. And I do talk about this also on the main video on my channel, what you need to do, the step-by-step framework. But I want to write a book and publish that book and give that out to people to help people understand what it is that we do and what the process is to actually become an executive. And we offer a program that walks you through this. We hold your hand and help implement those changes. And that is the highest, best form of success that you can guarantee for yourself to do this program. The book will get you started in understanding what needs to be done and how to accomplish those things. And then in the program, we work together to actually make those things a reality. So excited to publish this book. I'm hoping to have it out sometime in Q2 timeframe. Thirdly, I want to start speaking publicly about leadership. And specifically what I want to talk about is the difference between leadership and manipulation. So my goal for 2024 is to give a TEDx talk on leadership. Specifically, I want to talk about how leadership differs from manipulation, where one is about the greater good and the other is about the good of the individual. And I want to show how selflessness and community is far more powerful than selfishness, even in a capitalist system. So that's a big thing. That's a big goal of mine this year, is to get out speaking publicly about this concept of, basically good versus bad leadership styles that are team focused versus self-focused, and give a TEDx talk about that. That's kind of a goal of mine for 2024. So the fourth goal that I've set for myself in 2024 is to lose 50 pounds and run a half marathon. I've gained a lot of weight because of COVID and then because of cancer. And when I was working through chemotherapy, I wasn't thinking too much about my health. I was just eating what I wanted to and gained some weight. I'm putting myself out there. This is really hard to do on a camera, but I'll say that, yes, it's time for me to get back to a healthy weight that I used to be at. In 2015, I ran a half Ironman, and in 2016, I ran a marathon. And I want to get back to being able to run like that and to be under 200 pounds and be at a healthy weight again. So that's a big focus of mine for 2024. And I've already taken massive action towards that by working with a trainer and, changing my eating habits and quitting alcohol and a bunch of other things that I'm doing where I'm laser focused on losing that weight. Because I think that, quite honestly, if for me, I have to deeply 100% wholly commit to something to make it happen, especially something like this. And it's really important that I do. My health, obviously, since recovering from cancer, is very important to me. So the healthier I am, the less likely leukemia comes back. So therefore, losing 50 pounds is top of mind for 2024. And that's something that I'm working on. And so my goal is to lose 50 pounds and run a half marathon in 2024. And then our fifth and final goal, this is a family goal. This is a family objective, is we live in Georgia. We're going to move from Georgia to Colorado this year. It's an exciting move for us. We've already put a deposit down on a new construction home in Colorado. We're excited to move out there probably over the summer time frame. So things might get a little crunchy and the set will obviously change on this. So I don't know what I'll do with the bookcases and the Britannicas in the new house, but excited to make that move out there. That's a big move for us as a family. We've been here since 2013. We used to live in St. Louis before Atlanta. It's a big move and we're excited to make the move, but that's a big goal for us for 2024. So to recap, my goals for 2024 is I want to help 100 professionals become executives. I want to publish a book. I want to go on a speaking tour and maybe give a TEDx talk on leadership. I want to lose 50 pounds and run a half marathon and move the family to Colorado. Those are my plans for 2024. So what that means for YouTube and this channel in particular is that I'm going to be making a much bigger investment into the content for this channel. Typically, I've just gotten on here and talked about something that I felt was important to share. And honestly, I haven't been very strategic about the content on YouTube. I've just been glad to make the content. I think we have about 900 or 1,000 subscribers on YouTube right now at the beginning of 2024, which is amazing. And we get hundreds of views on our videos, and that feels fantastic. I just want the videos to be better. I want the content to be sharper. I want it to be a little bit more punchy and impactful. And I'm learning how to do that. I'm working with editors now who are just amazing at creating great content. And I see the content they create with other folks that they work with, and I want that for this too. And so don't worry, it's not going to be candy coated, sugary content. It's still going to be really valuable information. And, if I'm talking to you and you're resonating with this video, I think you'll resonate with all of the content that I put out on this channel. It's just going to be a little bit better, a little more focused, a little more detail, a little more data, a little more interactive and immersive. So this is probably the last video that's going to look like this, where I'm just talking to the lens and there's not information on it. But I'm excited to really lean in to YouTube this year. And I find this to be the easiest, best way to communicate how I think, who I am, my reality. And so the other thing that I want to do on YouTube is I want to share some more behind the scenes, like what it's like to actually be in the Executive Career Accelerator, what it's like for me, what our day in a life looks like. We're going to have an in-person event for the Executive Career Accelerator this year. I'm excited to share that on YouTube so people can see what it's like to see all these executives coming together. So there's a lot that's coming in 2024, and a major investment is being made into this YouTube channel. So I'm excited to watch this video back in 2025 around January, around the same time of year, and just be like, wow, we are so much better than that. And if you've watched one of my first few videos, this is so much better than that. So, it's all about getting better. It's all about growth and improvement. And YouTube is a growing edge for me that I really want to focus on. So I hope that you'll stick around, watch more content, understand and absorb the community and the energy and everything that we're trying to create here at Vertical Motion in 2024. I appreciate you. I'm glad you're here, and I will see you in the next one.